Alright guys, so I wanted to start this video on a little bit different of a note. So we just recently had a fellow car enthusiast and Mustang driver pass away recently. He was in the New Edge community, he was in the Alabama car community, he went to events in Alabama. One of the areas that I have a really big fan base, and one thing that they're going to do for him is start something called Burnouts for Nick, which is a hashtag. His family and his girlfriend, my thoughts and prayers go out, and I definitely do want to do my part. And I want to do a burnout in remembrance of him. So guys, without further ado, this is for Nick. Nick Pennington, this is for you, brother. So we did a one-wheel peel. Of course, my truck there's one brake caliper that's just disconnected from all the rest of them because the previous owner just disconnected it from all. So we have the one-wheel peel machine. It'll do it on brakes. However, we're spinning through our clutch because that thing got mega hot just now. So we have the one-wheel peel tire line at our nice burnout spot. So she did good. I wish that I had the other brake set up and then cooler clutch right now. That thing's probably on fire and hating its life. But thank y'all very much for letting me.
No problem.
Thank you. The OGs right here. The background of my magic, because every time I do something on a video, I go here first. So advanced guys for the win. Nick, brother, this is for you. Prayers out to you and your family. Have a great time up there. All right, guys. Well, that was my burnout, and I guess we finally have a two-wheel peel. For the first time ever, this truck was able to do a two-wheel peel. One-wheel peel, obviously, track got real dark. This is super sticky right here. Like, rubber's just falling out. Yeah, okay, so that's super dirty. That's a thick mark right there. It's probably gonna stay for a minute. That might too. Got the tires loaded back in there. Those things are freaking bald, ready to roast off another day. Hell yeah. Let's get on the road. All right, guys, you barely could see me because it's nighttime, but now you can kind of see me because I'm facing away from the light. But the light is actually the fun thing of the video, which is the truck. So what we're gonna be doing today is taking basically the power steering pump off, the windshield wiper motor, and replacing that, replacing the power steering pump, maybe taking off all of this junk on this downpipe right here. It's supposed to be heat shield, but honestly, people just get away with taking it off and it looks a lot better. I'm gonna be taking this off anyways in order to get to the power steering pump. And then also, I have a lot of steering I have a lot of steering just slop, and there's a bolt down there. If you can see right there where my fingertip is, there's a bolt and an Allen nut that I can use to actually tighten the gearbox, because all of the ball joints and all the tie rod ends are good on this truck. It's just that steering box is just loose because they go loose over time. I was actually under the impression that you had to buy something else to do it, but if you look right here, there is this much slop in the wheel. That's just like the tires are not moving. The tires are definitely not moving, but this is moving a lot, and that's just slop in the system, and I have to deal with that while driving. I'll just be playing ping pong in between the lanes kind of. So tightening that up, and then we'll have to go ahead and get the truck aligned afterwards. You had its years of use and it just did not like the 35s on there, so it was just screaming for help every time you steered. It just goes just like power steering pumps. So we got a new one. And also my idle problem, I finally figured out. I'm pretty sure the problem is this right here, which is the ICP, which is, I'll explain it a little bit later, but there's something wrong with the connector. So first step is to go ahead, take the belt off, take the alternator off, and go ahead and get started. I'm gonna put this camera on a time lapse and slap the GoPro on. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and take these boost lines off first. 7/16. There we go. Oh boy, I just sparked the alternator. That's whack. Big oof. I'm gonna disconnect the batteries so I don't forget it later. I'm gonna need a crescent wrench. And this right here is me tightening my steering box. There's a little set screw and locking nut. Locking nut is I believe it's 16. That grub screw or set screw or however you want to pronounce that is in there. Now I'm gonna go feel the steering wheel and see what it feels like. Still feels quite terrible. We're going back. All right, well, let's try that. That was 75% of a turn. Let's feel the wheel now. Oh, it's getting a lot better, but I could use more, I think. All right, now I'll put this guy on tighten. Check her one more time. All right, I think that's gonna do it. So now it's time to put the power steering pump on. All right, so now I have a clear space to go ahead and take out this ICP, which is injection control pressure, which basically tells the engine how much oil pressure is in the engine or in this fuel rail at this bank, but they're split. One day in the future, I might be getting a crossover valve, which is something on these trucks, which is known to be like pretty solid, to cross over to make sure that they have good flow on each side, so that way you don't have deadhead on any cylinders. Can become aerated. There we go. There's this sensor. This junk piece, and we're replacing it with a Zibix sensor, a Zibix ICP sensor. I watched a little commercial for him. This isn't paid or anything, but I watched a little commercial for him, and what I found is that this sensor is dope, and the other sensors aren't dope. So let's go ahead and put it in there. Oh yeah. And this should fix my rough idle, because the old sensor was bad, and they're known to have these square terminals. I'll show you here in a second. Gotta make sure this guy is bottomed out completely. If not, she'll be running goofy. All right, she be in there. All right, well, if you could see right there, man, it's really hard to focus. All right, yeah, see right inside that connector with the purple boot on it, there's 4 square pins. And this one, there's just slots. So the pins slide in and there's not any space. And that's what's giving me the problems, is there's just space, which is causing resistance, and there's not a good enough connection, which is making my truck idle weird, and just all that goofy stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and replace this pigtail right here, which is 3 wires. There's a connector that holds these together, or like a piece of tape. I'm trying to get rid of that piece of tape. Got it. So now we got these boys right here to deal with. There's 3 snips, and gotta color code the rest of them. The bottom one, which is green stripe, will be blue. I'm gonna go ahead and splice these guys so that way we're ready to connect on all sides. We'll go ahead and get the butt connectors on these sides as well. All right, now get these little connectors. Yeah, no, I don't trust that. All right, gotta get a new connector. I still have 2 more that I can do for right now. That one came off too. Honestly, if this is how it's gonna be, then it was meant to not work. All right, well, I've got these little solder connections, which are gonna be way better in the end, and I'm gonna be thanking myself. So blue goes to green. I'm okay. All right, I'm a lot happier that I did this. Black is right, brown is white. Brown and white is black. Brown and white goes to black. There's a bug on me and I can't get it yet. All right, there we go. Shit, piece of junk. Wasn't big in the way it connected and the way it burnt. Gotta cut it and do it again. There's those. Dope shit. I'm glad that thing's still together. Now I gotta figure out what socket fits this, because I can't find one. 13. Alright, well that's the old bad pump. I'm gonna bring that back for a core charge. Go grab the new one. Go ahead and put this new pump on. Alright, that's how that goes. So we have the power steering pump and the pulley on there ready to go. All of the fittings are taken off and I put them on the old one to return for core. So now it's time to make sure I have the right size for these. Almost, yes, that is it. All right, well the belt's now back on. Got to put some fluid inside of that guy, bleed it, turn the steering left and right, and then put the intercooler pipe back on. All right, let's resume the time lapse. Oh, insufficient space on card. Well, ain't that just fancy. We're gonna have to pause the time lapse for now because I don't have. Ooh, I almost just slipped off. That would have been bad. Oh boy. Now let's do my diesel trick and sit on a pillow. That's Poeboy trick to diesels. Don't let the pillow slide off. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get these fittings on this power steering pump. Actually, I'm gonna put this one to the side. Oh boy, now, we got this guy. Alright, tighten this guy down. It's an 18. Dope. Only thing I need now. Alright, that's good. Now, let me put the rest of these bolts in. Alright, that's on. Alright, I'm gonna keep the intake off for this. But now we gotta do the wiper motor after I put fluid inside of that, which is just Dexa 5 ATF fluid. So now I gotta get to the wiper motor up under there. Alright guys, so since most of this is boring, I went ahead and took out the windshield wiper motor. The one is out of the truck and that's on the floor for core. Here's the new one. We're gonna go ahead and swap the new one inside of where the spot was. Hopefully we'll have wipers that actually stay on for more than 30 seconds. All right guys, so with the new ICP inside the truck does have a little bit of a starting issue. Whenever it starts, it kind of bogs down a little bit, but after it gets going and gets warm, it's perfectly fine. I think that's actually a coolant temp sensor or an IPR, which is the last two sensors on this truck that need to get changed. Coolant temp sensor, I wasn't expecting to, but that's just one of those things that might as well do it because it'll help with the engine knowing what temperature it actually is, which will help with it running because it's supposed to be tuned a specific way to see if it's hot. This truck runs really good with the wipers, obviously really well. Those things I've actually used in the rain a little bit and they work exactly like you want them to, which is one thing that I was excited about because I never had that before with this. Hurricane Barry and no windshield wipers. Harry's trying to kickstart these hoses. They're not working. So we have wipers that work and the power steering pump inside of there works freaking flawlessly, makes no noise, and it's effortless. And the steering, which is a lot tighter than it used to be. It used to be play like you go like all the way, but now it's literally just that, which I mean, I could probably still take a little bit out of that, but at the same time, that's a lot better than what it used to be, which was freaking like half turns, would not even do anything to the wheels. So that's definitely a lot better. So we've made a lot of progress there, and the truck is definitely making steps. So the truck is back together, guys, and as you can see, there is burnout just tire everywhere on this thing, so she's gonna need a nice wash. And I also do want to say that I have a surprise coming to the channel, and it's something I've been working on over the past few weeks, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, none of y'all are gonna guess it right, and if you do, I'll pin your comment, but I don't think anyone's gonna get it right, so go ahead and feel free to guess. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great one. Remember to freaking send it. Be great. Rest in peace, Nick Pennington.